What's up, guys? It's Pixie here. How you doing? Why, thank you. I'm doing quite well. How's your day been? Looking forward to Christmas? It's good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get on with this. So yeah, this is the third of my vlog, and I said last time I was gonna be doing a bit of a mini series, regarding different staff roles at DWAI. So last week I covered events and what it's sort of a bit like to be event staff, and a little bit of how that's structured, I think. And I was tossing up this week doing a general overview of the structure as a whole of DWAI. I actually decided against and decided I'd do that for my next vlog. This week I want to get stuck into teams and how all our teams division works. Yeah, so I'll get into that right now. First things first, Oceania has a teams division technically, but it's not not hugely active right now. Which is a bit of a shame. There's definitely something we actually would like to be quite active. But in North America, we've actually now got a very thriving teams division. We've got, I believe, 13 teams now all around the sort of goldish levels. Some a little bit above, some I think a little bit below, not many. And we've actually got one of our teams, Blue Dragon, I believe it is, who are aiming for Challenger within the next couple of months, which is pretty huge. So our teams division right now is really strong, and it's actually really great to see that thriving, because we'd had it before and it had sort of not quite fallen flat, but slowly fell apart as teams disbanded and so forth, and we'd had a circuit running for our teams, whereas now what we've got instead, first of all, we've got somebody else managing the teams, I believe, Drake Hero, also commonly known as Brendan. And also, instead of just trying to run a flat circuit, we just run friendly scrims, and all of those scrims are, of course, casted and streamed, which is quite a good thing in my opinion. I think that's a great thing we offer for a team. Like, how many places do that? How many places say, yep, we can give you games every single week that are good, solid practice. We've got, a whole 13 teams that you can be playing against, as well as external scrims if that's what you want. We are also going to have all of those matches streamed and casted, provided there are no clashes. So I think that's pretty great. And yeah, we sort of had a bit of a resurgence in that department, brought on the team Maryland Gaming, who then reformed as Cancel Gaming, and now have reformed as DWAI Voltaic, and have also brought on a B team. But basically they were, I guess I'd say, yeah, they're the first of the sort of new bunch of teams, and in about 2 months, that's now gone from just that one team to, like I said, the full chunk of 13. And that isn't just that we've gained, a flat 13 teams. There have been some teams that have disbanded, and then some new teams that have formed, and also other teams that have reformed from old disbanded teams, and so on and so forth. But in any case, it's become quite a strong area for us, and an area, as an organization, we're actually quite proud of. But I just sort of want to get stuck into what a day in the life is, I guess, for Drake Hero, and I'll probably just call him Brendan from here on out, because that is what he tends to go by. I can't, of course, speak for him, so he may or may not be doing a vlog soon, but you're more than welcome to direct specific questions over to him, and also, Brendan, yourself, if I say anything incorrect here, please correct me, and I'll be sure to make an amendment in a further video. But basically, he is the head team coordinator. He's the team's division guy. Like, he is head honcho in the team's division there. In the same sense that Decavolti is head of the events division. I believe the official title is events coordinator and then teams coordinator. And I'll expand on that in the next video I do where I cover structure as a whole. But in any case, I've just got so much stuff on my desk right now. Sorry, my hands are all over the place. I'm like fiddling with this here and this here. Thank God you can't see it. I don't mean, that there. Like, I'm not fiddling with that on my vlog. No, my hands are up here, ladies and gentlemen. So maybe I should just keep them here the whole time, just so that you're clear. But Brendan, yeah, he's the head guy for teams, and basically the core of our team scrim circuit requires coordination between 3, soon to be 4 key divisions. That is teams division, unsurprisingly, casting division, and the events division, and soon to be the streaming division, which does exist. It hasn't quite fully kicked off, but as our stream becomes more and more used, we're going to have to start scheduling in when the scrims are, so that we can ensure that the stream is actually available for those scrims to be streamed. Quite an important thing for us. And I will be going into the details of what the streaming department will be doing, because that's, I would say, our newest department, actually, at DWAI. And we do have people heading that department. But that aside, so yeah, it's an interaction between those 4 departments. And what happens is every single week, Brendan gathers all the information from the teams regarding when they're available and when they would like to be scrimming, matches them up. So he comes up with, okay, this person will be playing this person at this time, sends that out to the teams, sends that out to the other departments, so that way the events department and stream department can coordinate and go, okay, yes, the stream is going to be available for this one, the stream will be available for this one, hold on, draft night's happening then, so the stream won't be available for that one, and then also they coordinate that with the casting division, so the casting division throws that out to the casters and goes, okay, we've got scrims here, and the casters will come forward and go, yeah, I can do that one, yeah, I can do that one, okay, and we get a color caster and a play-by-play caster for every single scrim, which is pretty amazing stuff, and we have been able to do that consistently every single week. Now, there are, of course, amendments that happen to that, and every so often the game, I won't say slips through the cracks, but sometimes we aren't quite able to get 2 casters for a game and things like that. But then the game still goes ahead, which is important. And sometimes we do have cancellations, and that of course gets communicated across the divisions. And it's become a very slick operation for us. And like I said, it's something we're quite proud of. And that interaction underpins the team's department division as a whole. And there's it's definitely the core of what makes it so valuable and so good, in my opinion. I mean, I can't be the final word on that, because I'm not actually in a team that operates in that, nor am I actually directly team staff. But in my opinion, it's a good thing, and that's the core of what makes it so great. The fact that we're actually able to coordinate that across multiple divisions to provide what we provide. And what we provide, like I've said before, is fully casted and streamed scrims every single week. And if a team says we're wanting, a lot more practice this week, then we can, help make that happen. We can give them more scrims. I believe. Again, this is sort of an area where Brendan might want to correct me, but basically, Brendan has to take all that information from teams. He has to have his has to be on the ball with when teams are available, what their practice times are, what times are available for scrims, when they're not available at all, when they might be available, what their rosters are, who their subs are, will they need a sub for this scrim, will they not, things like that. He has to keep all of that under control, which is quite a lot of work. So underneath him, and this is also to his discretion, so this isn't 100% accurate, but theoretically, the way the rest of that division works is under him we have individual team managers. We don't have them for every single team, I believe. I think we have handlers that handle 2 or 3 teams each right now, or something like that. And again, I'm not sure if every single team has that, but in any case, they are basically getting that information for Brendan. They sort of channel that up to him, and they also manage the teams, that sort of oversee the teams directly, make sure everything's good, make sure they're happy with what's going on as well, which, of course, we view as quite important. Like, if our teams are unhappy with something we're doing, we want to know. Like, we want to be able to fix it, because we want to be able to provide the best scrim circuit, and also competitive circuit if we opt to go that route that we possibly can for them. So that information all goes up to Brendan, and then Brendan, like I mentioned before, works out all that schedule-related stuff, and then that goes out across the other divisions, and the end result is every single week we get casted, streamed games for each and every team, multiple times. Pretty awesome stuff, in my opinion. On top of that, we also offer further services, and some teams opt to go for this, some teams don't. We do offer things like coaching, whereby the teams would get in touch with their handler, and that would go up to Brendan, who would coordinate with the coaching division, run by Josh. I'm going to call him Josh, Kinkasu22, also known as Josh. That's his division. He's the head of that division, and I might do a little bit more detail on that. Sorry, just knocked my laptop there. I'll probably do a full vlog, or potentially a half vlog, because I'm not sure how much detail there is to go in there. That sounds a bit rude. I'm sorry, Josh. But yes, I will be going into further detail with that later. But that is also something we offer for teams. We also offer external scrims. So if a team comes to us and says, we've played against everybody else here over and over again, and right now we feel like we're not improving so much, are you able to find us a scrim against another team externally? And what we can do is go, yeah, sure, get in touch with another gaming community, say, hey, would one of your teams like to scrim off against one of ours a few times so that they can both get some practice in? And that's something we'll offer. We'll help set that up for them, and it won't just be going to one person. It'll be we'll go to a few different places and hopefully set up some external scrims as well, which again we would offer to have streamed and casted, provided the other organisation is cool with that. Some teams would rather have private scrims, and we of course respect that as much as we like to give our casters that sort of experience as well. That's really the general overview of what our team's division is like. Becoming a DWAI team is what I was attempting to go for there. A tweam. Becoming a DWAI team has a bit of a process. I am not 100% on this process. Like I said, because I don't actually have to interact with it myself. I don't have to approve teams. I don't know if teams actually strictly get approved. But basically, you apply to become a team on the forum. Brendan looks at that, gets in touch with you, goes, alright, awesome, let's do it. Creates a channel for you in the Raidcall, finds out all your time and everything, gets you a handler, one of our staff members who'll be your handler, and when you're ready to go, he gets you set up in scrims, which is pretty cool, I reckon. I also believe we have a fairly open door policy with that as well. Like I don't believe there's any sort of team would say no to, unless it's like an overly loose team where it's like, yeah, we have about 20 people that come and go. Like, I don't know if we'd be so keen on that, but I don't think there are really many teams like that exist. I mean, it would be difficult to do that in a ranked team, but yeah. So that's the overview of that department and how that works. And I'm starting to repeat myself, so I should probably not let this go on too longer. But you know what? I actually have time in this video, so I think I might just do a general rundown of what our structure is like, and I'm just going to do a very vague one. I might go into a little bit more detail at the beginning of next video before launching into what a different division does. So the general rundown is at the very top, and I really should actually make an infographic to put on the screen, but But hopefully you can still get this without an infographic. But at the very top we have Ryan, XYZ. He is the CEO. He's the founder. He is the top dog. Everybody, one way or another, answers to him. He's the CEO of DWAI. Then below that we have XYZ, and I can't explain this. He is also the director of North America, and that runs directly on from his role as CEO. So technically speaking, he answers to himself. Now, realistically, that's not actually what's going on. Like, he's not, hey, Ryan, can I do this? Yeah, sure, Ryan, you can do this. But in terms of theoretical structure, yes, that is how it works. And the reason it works that way is because we have other regions, such as Oceania. So I am the director of Oceania, and I answer directly to Ryan as the CEO, not as the director of North America. Hope that makes sense. Then beneath each regional director, we have a series of departments, or rather divisions is the term we use, such as, say, in North America, we have the events division, headed by Decavolti, and under him, various event staff. Then we have the teams division, headed by Drake Hero, also known as Brendan, with his various team staff, handlers. I'm certain that handlers is the term, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. And then, of course, we have we have the coaching division. Then there are some that are actually a bit more global, that don't necessarily fit under a particular region. The coaching division can arguably be considered that, but a great example would be the multimedia division, which is headed by Seven Sins of Wonka, and the multimedia division covers our streaming stuff, our YouTube stuff, anything that would want to put on our website, all that stuff. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's multimedia. So she sort of heads that up, and it doesn't quite go under either of the regions. So what we have is she just answers directly to Ryan as the CEO, which is, it works for us. Now, under her, there are some areas that have slight regional splits. Like, for example, the streaming division, we actually have a North American guy that heads that up, Hamwich, I believe, and then an Oceanic guy as well, Squidsy. So they're individually heading the streaming division for those two regions, answering to Seven Sins of Wonka, who answers to XYZ. And the reason we do that is because, with streams across different regions, there are different peak times, you know. There's certain times of the day when nobody really from North America is awake. So, yeah. And what we might also do, and what we're actually quite likely going to do in the long run, is split those two a little. So have two separate streams, one for North America and one for Oceania. And then the Oceanic one can also be where we stream our Oceanic events and stuff like that. Our Oceanic team scrims when we get that all set up. Then also under her we have, like I mentioned before, the YouTube stuff, and I actually come back into the equation there. So with the YouTube stuff, we sort of have three of us that control and coordinate that whole section. I am the YouTube content manager. I think that's the official title. I really should know. It's a bit embarrassing that I don't. But basically, what I do there is I'm the shows guy. You know, I pitch series. If I come up with ideas, I also take pitches for series, and I am the guy that says yes or no. I green light a series. I say, yeah, we can do this. All right, we'll need this, this, this. Okay, can you record this? You've got your people for this. Okay, cool. Show me a sample of that. All right, awesome. We're good to go. I also get that cleared by Seven Sins of Wonka, so I have to say, okay, look, this is what I've been pitched. You're cool with this? Okay, yes. Part of that is essentially a formality. Like, it's just that I don't, just want to go behind her back. Out of politeness, I guess. Like, that's not how we want to do things at DWAI. Like, there's no need for her to be out of the loop, and she is multimedia manager, like, she should know. But then also we have Avarice Bra, who directly manages the channel itself. So all uploads go to him, and we have a Dropbox system whereby people who make series put their episode into that Dropbox. He takes that, adds in the intro video, and uploads that to the channel, sorts out all the playlists and stuff, decides what's monetized, what's not. I mean, I don't say he decides, but he ensures that something is monetized. All that sort of stuff. So he actually manages the channel itself directly. Yeah, that's sort of the rundown of that division. I'm not sure what we have in terms of the site. I believe we're meant to have, or at some point rather, we would like to probably have articles and so forth going on up there, and we've also had discussions about doing a staff podcast. I'm not sure if I'm actually meant to tell you guys that or not, but whatever, cat's out of the bag. We're looking at doing a staff podcast as well. Possibly not just completely staff. We probably want to have members in there as well, which would be cool. Discussing various things, not just League of Legends, though potentially League of Legends, depending on what's going on. So we might be discussing like a new patch or something, and discussing the pro circuit. But then it would also be a bit of a, we might do some general gaming stuff in there, and also some. I guess the word would be personal stuff, like not like we're going to be sitting there on the podcast having a real heart-to-heart, like, oh, my dad just doesn't love me or anything like that. My dad does love me, I feel I should say. I think. And I love my dad. Hi, Dad. But yeah, we'll also be doing some personal stuff in there, like sharing stories and things like that, just to have a bit of fun. We'll see. We'll trial that as we go. But that would also come under Seven Sins of Wonka. That's really a rundown of the structure as a whole. I won't go into too much detail with Oceania because really it just mirrors North America. We have an events guy, we have a teams guy, we have a streams guy who, like I said, actually answers to Seven Sins of Wonka. Yeah, it's that's all that. I've managed to make another 20-minute epic type video, so thank you everybody who has put up with my voice for the last 19 minutes, almost 19 minutes. I will see you around and about, like a soccer ball. I don't know what's very about a soccer ball, but this is starting to drag on. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you later, and DWAI.